Visit your local retailer for Ames Lawn and Garden Tools. Quality tools for every season.
In the next half hour, Weather Center, a comprehensive national forecast. At 40 after, Weather Center continues with highway and air travel conditions. Then the weekend outlook. And at 50 after, Storm Watch. But right now, it's your local forecast on the Weather Channel.
A persistent area of low pressure continues its trek up the eastern seaboard and is making for a gloomy day in parts of the Northeast. Good afternoon and welcome to Weather Center. I'm Mike Motley.
And I'm Joel Brown. Let me check my name tag again. Light rain is falling from Atlantic City to Boston today, and those of you in the southeast and mid-Atlantic regions haven't escaped the nasty weather either. Case in point, Philadelphia. Take a look. The rain isn't coming down heavy in the city of brotherly love, but it's enough to be a nuisance. Showers moved into the area this morning, which always put the brakes on the morning commute. It looks like the rain is going to stick around most of the day. Well, we'll see about that. Let's check the radar, and we'll show you exactly where that rain is. And it's actually kind of heavy, but not in Philadelphia. It's closer to the coast. You get into those darker greens on the radar, you know you've got some heavy rain coming down, and it's been just a soaking day in Manhattan. Not too many breaks. We had a little break in between Hartford and Groton, and that's filled in, so no breather for you. It's been raining pretty hard around Narragansett Bay and over to Watch Hill, Rhode Island, where you also have a gale warning. I'll show you that in a moment. This is the reason this area of low pressure heading up the coast. It's been just strong enough to cause some gusty winds and perhaps a little bit higher tide, but this is not your typical nor'easter that can wind up into a fury through here. So again, kind of a nuisance, but not a real big deal. We haven't had thunderstorms or flooding or even snow this go around. As a matter of fact, if you look at the satellite picture, you can see you're back in the sun by the time you get over to Buffalo. You're far enough away from the storm in Erie, Pennsylvania, and Cleveland for a nice sunny day. On the other hand, if you're close to the coast and you're close to that area of low pressure, the winds are likely to be a little bit stronger with nothing blocking them. Open water here. So there are gale warnings in effect, but we do think that the winds are likely to be on sort of the low end of the scale here. They haven't been that strong, but that wind off the water makes it chilly. 47 in Boston, 49 in New York City. Interior regions, little sun helps out a lot, doesn't it? 62 in Rochester, 65 in Detroit. Nothing wrong with that. Farther south, Charlottesville, in and out of the showers, as is Harrisonburg on Interstate 81. Elkins, Charleston, a little bit of rain. Fayetteville finally has gotten rid of that rain. Just barely pushed off to the south. We had a real persistent downpour that caused some flooding earlier in the day. We've had a few thunderstorms here around Knoxville. The warnings have expired. You can see a little bit of orange in there, and that has diminished. Blount County and Knox County. Down around Lake Lanier, Atlanta, you're going to find a little bit of rain and perhaps a few thunderstorms. Can't pick them out so well on the radar, but you can see it on the lightning detection data. A lot of thunder and lightning here. Not severe weather so far. We may have a couple of reports. Those thunderstorms in eastern Tennessee did produce some hail, and that was the problem we had yesterday. So with the strong storms that may develop here and there today, We may get a couple reports of severe weather, and most likely it's going to be gusty winds or hail. So these are the reports from yesterday. Almost the same area affected today. And really, even though we have those scattering of showers and thunder showers through here, it's a pretty nice day in Florida, no doubt about it. Down around Orlando, out at the parks today, no problems. Getting ready for Jazz Fest weekend in New Orleans. Nice weather now, nice weather coming up for the weekend. 74 degrees. Isn't that nice? Speaking of the weekend, we're going to talk about that in just a moment. But first, I want to hear about the threat of severe weather, which is actually farther west today. Right, Mike?
That is right, Jill. And as we head west, we find warm temperatures from the plains to the southwest, but the Pacific Northwest is cooling off thanks to an approaching front, and that front is bringing some showers and some thunderstorms. Let's go to the Pacific Northwest and tell you what's happening there. We do have a severe thunderstorm, or a thunderstorm watch in effect this afternoon for portions of eastern Washington State and eastern Oregon, that until 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. So around Yakima going towards Spokane, watch out there. We've seen a few showers and thunderstorms move through, and even some hail towards Bend, Oregon already today, and it's going to most likely intensify. We have low pressure moving in from the Pacific Ocean with a cold front that is coming up against some much warmer air and spawning the scattered showers and thunderstorms, and that'll be the story not just for Oregon and Washington, but for Idaho, also for Nevada and into California. Look at the radar out of the Pacific Northwest, and much of the rainfall is towards the coast, moving inland around the Central Valley in California, along I-5 into Oregon, and also I-5 into Washington State. We'll start in Seattle and show you the showers covering pretty much the metro area of Seattle, from Renton towards Bellingham and down towards Puyallup, and even Olympia, seeing a heavier cell along Interstate 5. This all tracking towards the north, off into British Columbia, Canada. Towards the south, Portland's seeing some dry skies now, but showers in the southern portion in the central Willamette River Valley, so watch out. There's more showers on the way. Over around Salem and Eugene, already seeing some light to moderate rain. And down into California, San Francisco, not seeing much rainfall right now, but pushing towards the east, Sacramento, seeing scattered showers and some heavier rainfall just north of Interstate 80 and east and southeast of Chico, Redding, where they saw some heavier rainfall this afternoon. Now moving on to the Midwest, things are rather quiet for the most part. Clear skies, high pressure. A few clouds from around Green Bay over towards Madison, making their way towards Chicago, and scattered clouds over Illinois, but some nice weather for the most part, and nice temperatures into the Midwest. We're at 70 at Green Bay, we're at 71 in Chicago, Cincinnati a little cooler at 65, Cleveland 61, and then at Green Bay it's 70, we're at 75 in Lincoln, and we're at 75 in Lincoln, Nebraska, 71 in Kansas City, Missouri. What's happening weather-wise? For your forecast, Jill Brown has a look.
All righty. Well, you know, this looks good if you live in St. Louis or Kansas City, but what looks good now won't necessarily look so great by the weekend. We're so close, and then the storm moves up and out.